Hi, kindergarten friends. I was just reading this book. Hey, do you know what shape this book is? It has 1, 2 short sides and 1, 2 longer sides. It's a rectangle. I have a few other things here that are rectangles that you might have in your class or at home. So my book is a rectangle. This red block is a rectangle. See how it has 1, 2 shorter sides and 1, 2 longer sides? What about the points or the corners? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points. A box of colored pencils. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides, 2 that are shorter and 2 that are longer. It also has 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you have a folder like this one. It's shaped like a rectangle with 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides, 2 short and 2 that are longer. 1, 2, 3, 4 points or corners. What about a sign like this? This is the sign that tells your family how fast they can drive when they're in the car. It's a rectangle too. 2 short sides and 2 sides that are longer. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a game here that helps us to see different shapes, and we're going to look at rectangles together. Let's check it out. These are pictures of different rectangles you might see at your house or in your classroom. Let's see if we can find them. Well, this isn't a rectangle at all. This reminds me of a triangle. Look, 1, 2, 3 sides. He doesn't get to be a rectangle. But the front of the refrigerator looks like a rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides. 2 that are shorter and 2 that are longer. He's a rectangle. What about the door? It has 2 short sides and 2 sides that are longer. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4 points or corners. The crayon box looks like a rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. 2 that are longer and 2 that are shorter. What about this checkerboard? It has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides. But wait, it doesn't have 2 sides that are short and 2 that are long. All of his sides are the same. He's a square. But this envelope has 2 shorter sides and 2 longer sides. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 points. He's a rectangle. This paint palette has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners and 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides. 2 that are longer and 2 that are shorter. And a calculator. 1, 2, 3, 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides. 2 longer and 2 shorter. Great job! All right, guys. Here's a game to help us practice finding rectangles. Don't forget, we're looking for a shape that has two short sides and two sides that are longer. Let's get started. Can you drag a star to each rectangle? So some of these shapes are rectangles and some are not. Let's start with this piece of paper. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, and then a short side, longer side, longer side. So 2 short and 2 that are longer. Definitely a rectangle. This clipboard has 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides. The one on top and bottom are 2 short sides, and the ones that go up and down are longer. Another rectangle. This ruler is so long. That's because it has 1, 2 long sides and 1, 2 short sides. A rectangle. But this button, that's shaped like a heart. I'm not going to put a star on him. He's not a rectangle. The door, it has straight sides. 1, 2 that are long. 1, 2 that are shorter. The corners are 1, 2, 3, 4. A great rectangle. Here's the microwave. It has corners too. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. 1 long side, 2 long sides, 1 short side, 2 short sides. That's a rectangle. What about this envelope? I do see 2 short sides and 2 that are longer. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 points. That's a rectangle. Okay, I have 1 star left. This coin is very round. No straight sides. No points. That's not a rectangle. This stop sign over here has a ton of straight sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh man, that's way too many sides. He's not a rectangle. But this cookie tray has 1, 2 sides that are short and 1, 2 sides that are longer. That's a great looking rectangle. Super job! We used all of our stars. Now, can you sort these shapes onto the graph? And this graph tells us to put rectangles in these spaces. And if it's not a rectangle, put it in these spaces. I'm pretty sure this beautiful Chinese fan is not a rectangle. It only has 1 straight side and then a long curve. But I can still put him on the graph over here. This dresser has 2 short sides and 2 sides that are longer. He's a rectangle. The computer screen has a long side on top and a long side on bottom. That's too long. A short side on the left and a short side on the right. Too short. And 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. That's a rectangle. This watermelon slice, he only has 1, 2, 3 straight sides and 1, 2, 3 points. He's not a rectangle at all. There's the microwave with 2 short sides and 2 long sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 points. That's a rectangle. And we said the stop sign has way too many straight sides. Let's count his points and see if he has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's definitely not a rectangle. Super job, friends. I bet now you could even make a rectangle. It's fun to use a geoboard and rubber bands to make a rectangle. I want to make 4 sides with 2 that are short and 2 that are longer. I can use short rubber bands for my short sides. These little rubber bands will work. And I'll pick 2 bigger rubber bands for my long sides. There's my rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can also build a rectangle out of sticks like these. I have to be careful to get 2 short sticks and 2 sticks that are longer. I'll put my 2 short sticks on the sides, and I'll let my 2 long sticks be the top and bottom this time. Then I'll just connect the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a pretty great rectangle. I think we learned a lot about rectangles. Now that you know so much about this shape, maybe you'll be able to draw it. Let's try. Well, I know a rectangle has 2 sides that are long and 2 sides that are shorter. I might start by making my longer sides. 1 on top and 1 on bottom. I tried to make those 2 the same. See how they end kind of in the same space? Now I just have to connect them with 2 shorter sides from top to bottom and top to bottom. Hey, that's a pretty good rectangle. I hope you get a chance to try it out. I'll see you next time.